Today we're breaking down mechanical nightmares that customers brought into the shop. We're joined by two real mechanics. First clip!
Customer stated he felt a knock on the highway and his car doesn't turn on anymore. Yeah, I think I see the problem.
Yeah. Lost a motor mount there.
Yeah, that's a bit of a knock.
Probably hold on a wire or something like that to make the car not start anymore.
Yeah.
I'm Paul Meeker. I've been a mechanic for over 35 years.
Probably wouldn't have killed it unless it ripped the harness off the back of the motor, which that would have killed it. Joe Morgan, you can come take my Auto 50 class at RCC. Motor mounts, when they break on a modern car, they don't separate all the way because they're captured. So even if the rubber breaks, they've got tabs, they've got a bar, a strap, or something that contains them, so they can't just fall apart.
The motor mount part of it's probably an easy fix. Yeah. A couple $100.
Deal.
How often do you have like a customer bring something in and the root of the problem is 100% someone else working on it?
Between wiring and, just sketchy stuff that I have to fix. Yeah, it happens a lot.
If it starts, you can drive it.
Yeah.
Is it safe? Probably not.
Gives new meaning to fix or repair daily.
Oh, that's not right, man.
It's a Ford.
How do you think I got here today?
In a Ford?
I did.
Surprising. All right, next clip.
Customer states rear washer is inoperable. Oh no, it works. Just not in the right spot.
Oh.
Like your fuel system, there's a pump. So there's just a hose going from that pump to wherever it needs to go and then squirts out. The squirter in the back is clogged and then made too much pressure in that line and it pulled the line off somewhere, or rat damage, which is a really common thing right now too. You got to eat and drink. And look at that.
I've seen cars where that never got plugged in together at the factory.
Oh, yeah?
And people never use those damn rear window washers anyway. So
No.
when's the last time you used one on yours?
Well, I live in Southern California, so never.
Case closed.
Probably a really easy fix. I mean, you probably just cut
Yeah, once
whatever
you get
section,
to it.
cut a little section out and then just probably
Yeah.
put a new one instead of running a whole new line from the front to the back.
The parts are going to amount to about 25 cents.
But the labor?
And the labor's going to be like probably 4 hours.
$1,500 fix for a $2 part.
Next clip.
Customer states car will not turn on without blinker.
What? What? I want to know how the customer figured that out.
There's alarm systems that they hook it to any switch. Anything that you can turn on or off is a switch. So I've seen alarm systems where you have to put the high beams on or only the intermittent high beams. So that's what I really think it is.
Yeah.
Because it didn't look like anything else was wrong.
Oh, but maybe they bought it from the person who did that
Yeah.
before.
I had a neighbor that had a high beam, had one on for high beams.
Yeah.
He was convinced somebody was going to steal his Ram.
They leave the keys
Yeah.
and they forgot to tell us about the alarm system. And then we're sitting there. And a lot of times at that point, we already knew the car drove.
Yeah.
We'll call the customer and ask them if they,
Yeah.
but we've been stumped. We're like, for
What the hell's going
for
on?
2 hours, you're trying to get the car started. You're like, what's going on?
I made it worse.
Before we go any further, if you guys got an amazing clip that you want to see Joe or somebody like Joe react to, you can send it to us at realmechanicstuff.com. Tony got an assistant, so he'll look at it. Next clip.
Okay, so on this one, the customer states that the headlights are not working. Sounds pretty simple. Ew.
See,
Is that a headlight plug?
it is.
I think it needs a bulb.
Yeah. And maybe a new headlight.
Because I'm a wiring guy, I know that's an MX-150.
Nice. Now you're just showing off.
It's a wiring flex.
This year, historic rains, we saw tons of it, lots and lots of it. They're all made of plastic now.
Yeah.
After age, the seal doesn't seal anymore. You go through car washes, or when it rains a lot, it leaks in and it fills the headlight.
Yeah.
So when it fills the headlight, electricity and water don't get along too well.
Fight!
Long-term fix, get a new headlight.
New headlight.
Short-term fix, you could just poke a little hole in the bottom and let the water drain through.
In this next clip, the customer stated 2 dealerships could not fix my AC.
Brand new AC compressor.
Okay.
Took me 2 minutes to find out the problem. This is the wiring for the ambient temp sensor. Can you believe the workmanship?
If that wire didn't work, it doesn't know where to set the temperature.
And the system needs to see that to let the AC work.
Yes, the mechanic, whoever worked on this, he misdiagnosed it. He sold them a $2,000 compressor, a $1,000 compressor. probably found that afterwards and then half-assed it back together to save his ass. I mean, he just doesn't want to tell you that he screwed up and it could have been a $200 fix, you know?
If I say this out loud as a wiring guy, then it's gonna end up with a big old argument. You should never solder wires in a car unless you absolutely have to. Half of the messed up wiring that I do revolves around people's messed up solder joints. There's nothing soldered on an original harness ever in a car. Nothing.
You solder stuff on your car.
Yeah, I can't wait. The comments are gonna blow up.
You.
Yeah, pretty much.
Idiot.
Yeah.
Okay, on this one, customer states there's a slight vibration noise.
Today, on the wheel bearing of fortune. Come on, yeah, let's go! Woohoo! Yeah!
Does this Ford sound like it's broken, Joe? Other than the fact that it's a Ford, Joe.
I suspect it's probably something to do with the tone ring on the ABS. The tone ring is it's a toothed wheel that sits either on an axle shaft coming in, or sometimes they're internal to the wheel bearings. You have one at each corner of the vehicle, and when the vehicle is operating normal in a straight line, they should all read the same. They use the tone ring to sense impending lockup. It sounds like the sensor or something got into the tone ring.
And so it's hitting the teeth and going.
That's what it sounds like, because it's got a lot of teeth.
Hey, if you're the guy in this clip, or you know the guy in this clip, hit us up at realmechanicstuff.com. You should come on the show. You got a killer personality, pal.
Next clip, please.
Customer states grinding noise.
Another Ford.
More like a crunchy noise.
Yeah. What?
Like the first clip, there's a bad motor mount, and I think it's more than that. Something's out of balance, and then the motor mounts aren't helping it in any way.
The power unit or the axle, it's got a piece of junk that has broken off a tooth and ingested it, because you can see it torquing down. You know, it's trying to fight it, and it's yanking it up front.
If there's something wrong with your car, you should probably try to fix it and take care of it. One problem will cause another.
I just think if you drive a Ford Explorer, you're a bad person.
Oh man, you talk that way about my mom? Dude. And police. You hate police?
This customer states, don't worry about it. They're an exhaust professional.
Ooh, lots of clamps.
AutoZone Pro. I mean, honestly, kind of impressive.
Hey, it works, right? I want to hear it.
He's got $200 worth of U-bolt clamps.
Yeesh.
Well,
The customer did this?
you know,
Exhaust Pro doesn't know how to weld.
well, that was gonna be my comment. He may well be an exhaust pro, clearly not a welding pro.
I mean, hey, $200 and a AutoZone shopping cart.
It fits pretty nice, actually, for
For how bad it is, I'm impressed.
Yes,
you know?
I am too. I would like to hear it to see if it's all sealed or not. I mean, if he has any exhaust leaks, but I mean, it's a hell of a cheap fix.
How often do you come across self-described pros who just really screwed up their car?
I've seen people say, "Oh, it's fine." You know, I saw it on YouTube.
That could be more than $300-400 from exhaust shop, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Send it to an exhaust shop.
That's ingenuity. That's American ingenuity.
Yeah, I don't hate this one.
No, it's pretty sick. Customer state sounds like one of those Fast and Furious cars.
Sounds like Supra.
Hey!
There's our noise.
He popped the muffler.
Now, let's see why this happened.
Whoa!
Got a restricted exhaust system.
Got a little rat's nest up there or what?
I mean, the muffler exploded, really. That's why he was looking down the tailpipe. There was a restriction. His catalytic converter probably came apart, went through the muffler, and then got clogged.
Yep.
So now the pressure, the exhaust can't come out. It has to go somewhere. And whatever the easiest place it came was the muffler, and it exploded.
That had to be backfire. That had to be
Backfire?
backfire. That's violent right there.
Yeah.
That had to be backfire.
Here's our best guess with this. We think the cap failed, and so got a bunch of the cap material into the muffler, clogged, balloon inflate, pop.
I ain't buying it. I've seen plenty of cars with plug cats, and they just don't go. That's a big boom right there.
That's an explosion, dog.
And if you ever driven a car with a plug cat, they basically just go, and and they just don't even move.
Customer states they can't drive faster than 5 miles per hour.
I'm
Clutch came
surprised
apart.
it would go 5 miles an hour.
No, it wouldn't move.
No, it would not move at all. You could just stand there in first gear with the clutch out.
That's smoked.
It's like toasted coconut.
So that's a clutch. It was a clutch. So the bottom half, the one sitting flat, is the clutch
disc.
Yeah, the disc. That's what actually grabs, and then the top piece is called the pressure plate.
They're kind of squeezed together.
Yeah.
And let you drive forward.
All that shredding piece is the actual part that locks it up, and it just shredded.
How do you know it's time to replace your clutch?
Pedals acting funny, car doesn't move. Hey, say if, for instance, if it won't go over 5 miles per hour.
It probably has 100,000 miles on it.
I've seen him go 200, 250.
A couple $100 in parts. If he could do it himself, he'd be done for $300.
Customer states car vibrates at highway speeds.
Joe, why don't you spin that for me so I
It's not
can
a
find this noise?
I see a
The diff is
busted
cracked.
diff, yeah.
Right?
Yeesh.
I found it. Okay.
The technical term for that is broken.
Yeah.
The differential is broken.
Yeah, that's gonna vibrate
That's
at
gonna vibrate.
highway speeds
Yeah.
and surface road speeds and parking lot speeds.
I'm surprised it still moves. As dry as it is inside there, and there's no leaks on the bottom. So that diff didn't have oil in it. What happens when you don't put oil in things, friction gets hot, whatever, and then it just comes apart. So something came apart from overheating, probably. So you need to find a new diff. If you had to get one from dealer, probably a couple $1,000. From a junkyard, couple $100. Not a horrible fix.
Customer says, don't worry about anything else, okay? Just change the valve cover gasket, bro. Okay?
Oh, I can't wait.
Ooh.
Oh.
Now that is sludge.
We just changed the valve cover gasket, bro.
Yeah. Oh man.
Oh, yeah.
It's never gonna rust. It's never gonna rust.
That's lack of changing your oil.
Oil washes the inside of an engine. It kind of flushes it off, brings all the contaminants and suspends them. When you get it up to temperature, it does almost like a cooking, like a reduction.
So this is like an oil demi-glaze.
Yeah.
There is no real fix for this.
Yeah,
If you try to clean it, you're gonna actually be worse off.
Yeah.
The only fix for it is not letting it happen, which change your oil at the required intervals. I mean, that's the only way to stop this from happening.
What's that?
The next clip.
Customer states, my spare tire is missing.
Where's my spare?
Nothing there.
There it is.
Wait a minute.
Never noticed that before, did you?
Can you imagine taking your car to a shop because your spare tire is missing?
I mean, we get like that all the time, though. We do. We had a customer the other day said the windows won't roll down, and you just walk up and there's the child lock switch. Ding, your windows work now.
It's hiding in plain sight. Thank you for being here, Joe. And thank you guys for watching this channel, this video, and everything else on it. Go to realmechanicstuff.com if you got a clip you want us to look at. You might even be able to be a mechanic on this freaking show. Bye. I love you.